Okay, hopefully we are live. If we're not, then oh well. Hello, everyone. We are here back with the Master Battle Circuit Draft League. I am Flying Grayson, Fin, Josh, whatever you want to call me. We are here week 6 of the MBC, and we are here with a bit of a tough one. We are taking on our good friend Gawdbear. This is a match I'd like to win, not just because I need it. We're down 2-3 in the season. We need a big win to try and bounce back to have a chance for playoffs. But also, Gawdbear is arguably one of my closest friends, especially in the draft scene, and so I'd like to get a win over him. We've had a few games in the past, and a lot of them have really just been RNG heavy. I really hope that's not the case today, but I'm just looking for a good match with my good friend. We are set to go here in a few minutes. But I figured let's go ahead and do the live stream, and we will just kind of go with it. So taking a look, Gawdbear's team, they have Iron Treads, Zarude, Primarina, Latias, Thunderous T, Terracon, Overquill, Typhlosion, Houndstone, and Porygon Z. Their Terra captains are Zarude and Typhlosion. It is open Terra, but they will let me know once we start what the Terra is going to be. Right off the bat, I do like this team. I think it's got a lot of really good balance. I love both if it's Terra captains. Zarude is annoying as hell. Its bulk just really allows it to just, get a Swords Dance off with its natural speed and just say, fuck you, what are you going to do about it? It can run bulk upsets, and its Terra typing allows it to just be really annoying. On the flip side, you've got Typhlosion. Terra Fire Eruption is scary as hell, and that's going to be part of the annoyance, and we're going to need to find an answer for that. But, we have a few different ways that we can go about it. Outside of that, Iron Treads is one of the better hazard removals in the game. It especially threatens our Gholdengo because if we swap it in on a bad read, we are getting Earthquaked right in our face, no apologies, and we're just going to die to that for the most part. In addition, they do have an Overquill, and Overquill can be really annoying because of its Intimidate pop. It does get potentially Destiny Bond shenanigans, things like that. Porygon Z is good. Primarina is a very good defensive tank. And Latias is just going to be a specially defensive wall to try and deal with. So, real quick, let's go ahead and take a look at the team that we're bringing this week. Right off the bat, we've got Ogerpon Hearthflame. If, I can get some stuff set up, a Swords Dance, and this just kills. It murders across the board. We're going to run a Swords Dance, play Rough Horn Leech, Ivy Cudgel set. The only thing, if I can get a Swords Dance off that I'm not one-shotting, is the Typhlosion. So we're going to have to see what set they bring with that, but at the same time, Typhlosion's not one-shotting us unless it's one of the Eruption sets, at which point it's Scarf. A lot of different calculations that go into it. We do have Ribombee, and this one is going to be a little bit of an interesting one. I went Choice Specs for Bombee. Fully anticipating either late game it's just going to kind of go nuts, or early game what we can do is possibly if they switch in on Iron Treads, which I'm hoping they do, or a number of other mons, switcheroo, give it our choice specs, and just be annoying. We do have Sticky Webs, which if I can get up, it allows some of these other mons to just wreak havoc and go nuts. We do have Moonblast. It's going to hit a lot of things. Realistically, the only thing that I'm in trouble with is if they do have the Typhlosion, then Ribombee is in a little bit of trouble. On the flip side, though, we've got Glamora, which is Assault Vest, and that's primarily because I want to see if I can't make some good trades with it. Like, if it comes down to it versus Primarina, I believe I can live a Liquid Voice because we are Assault Vest, and then just deal back a Sludge Bomb and just absolutely wreck it. We also have the Mortal Spin, to where if we can anticipate potentially swap-ins, Iron Treads doesn't want to deal with Earth Power, their Overquill doesn't want to deal with Earth Power, and so it's going to be something interesting to see what they plan with that. We do have Choice Scarf Gholdengo. Part of that set here is, just come in, revenge things, especially if webs are up, make it tougher on our opponent. But also we have Memento. If I can get a good situation to where I can outspeed click Memento, or even if I'm slower, we can get something just absolutely tanked in terms of its stats. We could potentially go into, say, Flygon or our Ogerpon, set up our dance, and just start murdering. And then we've got Terapagos, heavy duty boots, rapid spin. I debated having Roar on this again just as an emergency eject button. But I wouldn't call mine just because if we can potentially get an ideal setup to where, hey, we rapid spin, we're faster, maybe we can, start making ourselves bulky and kind of win that battle. It'll be interesting, but in reality, it's just going to be potentially something that can come in and force things out. That's kind of where we're going. I've not been able to do a whole ton of calcs or a whole ton of prep for this, but that's where we're sitting. The match is now officially open, so I'm going to be messaging Gawdbear to see how they are looking. Because I am officially ready to battle. Like I said, if I can get a win, great. If not, I am losing to a coach that I respect the living hell out of, and I won't be upset to losing to them. I just hope that it's not one that's one way or another decided by some RNG, because that always leaves a bad taste in our mouths. I feel like Gawdbear is in the same camp, where when the game comes down to RNG, it doesn't feel as fun for us, because it's like I would rather lose a good close game than win because of the RNG when it comes to Gawdbear. Other matches, oh hell no, give me the win. But when it comes to Gawdbear, I just like the clean battles because it's fun, and God brings some fire sets. And he builds very differently than I do, to the point that usually one of the jokes you have is if we ever look at a matchup and we come up with the same build, that's usually a sign that it's going to be a pretty fire set, and I find that fun. Partially because just some of the sets that God has done in the past can be very creative, and so recently, Gawdbear and I were looking at a matchup, and we both immediately off the bat came up with a fake out, low kick, Ambipom last resort set. And it didn't end up sweeping or anything, but it put in work, and it was a lot of fun. And God and I, when we are on the same page, we are chaos. They're going to need a second. Looks like their family's needing a few things. So we'll just kind of patter and talk a little bit more about some of the things I see in this matchup. Let me zoom in a little bit here so you guys can see it a little bit more. So right off the bat, a couple things that I noticed when doing the team building for this is just the fact that Latias is their fastest mon here. And in all honesty, I'm kind of expecting it to be Scarfed. And the reason for that is if I do happen to get webs up, and I anticipate they have a plan to make sure I don't, but if I do, Latias is able to ignore it, and if it's Choice Scarf, it's their fastest mon, it's going to let them compete with some things. Because if they don't, just on my team side, in terms of the speed, we've got a Rabombi at base 124, we've got a Kilowattrel at base 125, and I've got an Overpawn at base 110. So it's not like I have an insanely fast team either, but he's just kind of sandwiched in that middle to where he's got, I would say, on average, a higher speed stat, but I have mons that can just kind of go over the top. And so I kind of anticipate a Choice Scarf Latias just for that reason, because it's not going to be an issue. I also wouldn't be surprised if Gawdbear decides to go Eruption Typhlosion, because on paper, it just wrecks my team. I literally only have... I didn't update the team on this one. I literally only have just the one answer, which is Quaquaval. I do have Terapagos, which can come in and, provide some much-needed support. Okay, what am I missing? Umbreon's not coming. Terapagos, okay. Sorry for the back and forth, guys. Trying to get this updated. There we go. But yeah, so I honestly kind of expect maybe Terrifier, Typhlosion for that reason. I do kind of regret not bringing the Quaquaval. I do have the Flygon. Which, why is Flygon not showing as... Oh, there it is. Never mind. I was looking at the Terra Water. What am I looking at? I'm looking at water as my weakness, not the Typhlosion. I have answers for Typhlosion. It's the water that's the weakness, which is why I think Primarina is going to be the big one. I'm sorry, folks. I'm coming off being sick, so I'm a little all over the place. But Primarina is the one that I think is going to be a nightmare. That's why I have the Glamora set, where I think on paper I'm willing to make that trade, because if I can take a hit, Sludge Wave is just doing a shit ton back. And so that's kind of the thought process there. Is if I can get rid of the Primarina, that one on paper, I have the least amount of coverage for. Just in general. I'm kind of hoping Flygon can put in some work here. We're going Terra Ground on it. Just because, in this case, Terra Ground really does put in work. They have 3 Mons that don't really care about ground. That's going to be the Thunderous, which isn't exactly physically bulky on the defensive side anyway. So I'm not too worried. We've got Dragon Claw for that. What was the other move that I packed? And we've got Outrage. So we did double that because if the Primarina and the Iron Treads goes down early, Outrage becomes free, and Outrage is fun. And I really didn't have any other moves that I liked on the set that I thought I would click. So So my thought was, hey, if Outrage I get into a jam, I can get that extra attack boost over. But yeah, so Earthquake's not going to really threaten the Thunderous. Pre-Terra, it's not really going to threaten the Zarude. Zarude's going to be a nightmare with this. And then Earthquake is going to not do anything to Latias, but we do have the Dragon Claw, which will wreck it if we can get that off. So that's kind of the thought process and game plan with a lot of these. And then the other fun thing is after this match, Gawdbear and I are actually co-hosting a TBL battle in about an hour. So we're going from this over to that, and it should be fun. And he and I have not done a commentary for a while. I am really looking forward to this. I have missed doing things with Gawdbear. He and Daria are some of, especially in the draft world, are some of the closest people I'm with to where we're constantly talking, coming up with ideas, sharing things, and I just really miss doing a lot of this stuff with them. It's been a while since the 3 of us were in a draft league together, and I don't know, just getting to do that with them means the world to me. Sorry to get sappy with you all. I have a lot of other folks that I work a lot with that I enjoy getting to play with as well. Goldoa Dragon being a big one. I've done a lot of leagues with Aaron, and I always enjoy them. But just with these 3, Daria and Gawdbear are what got me into the draft scene. And Gawdbear's taking a little bit of time, so I have to tell the story about him. But the first draft league I ever did was Miss Starzard's draft league, MDDL. And I knew nothing about it. Like, we're talking, I made amateur plays left and right. I was just, ugh. And I like to think I've come a long way since then. But a large part of why I was able to come this way is both Daria and Gawdbear. We would scrim so much, and I slowly learned about what to kind of anticipate opponents, what some good sets were, things like that. And it was in large part because of their efforts, their patience with me, giving me some coaching feedback, and just working with me. And so we've gone very close over the years. We've done a number of different games together. Daria and I doing like a lot of Nuzlockes. We got to do that again soon. Those were fun. To the point where it's just they're very close friends of mine, and I'm very happy. And now I get to face Gawdbear. Daria is in this league as well, but Daria's on the other side of the conference, and so she gets to avoid having to deal with Gawdbear and I. Even though she and I kind of drafted a similar team, which was funny, until she made some changes. Although those new changes make her team look scary as hell. Yep, but we should be good to go here any minute. I'm getting my pregame jitters going, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm just looking for a good match. We lose, but if we win, then we win. That'd be great. All right. And then I'm excited because after this, I'm going to be playing with my setup. My fiance for Christmas this year got me, and she gave it to me early, partly because her Christmas gift was our new puppy Anakin, and I got that for her back in August. So we don't really care about early gifts, but she got me 2 new monitors, curved 27 inches, and what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to get some of those tri-monitor setups where you basically stack them on top. So we've got 2 down low, and I want to put the new one up top just to kind of help with the gaming. I think it'll be a lot of fun and very cool, and I'm excited for it. All right, looks like Gawdbear is ready. All right, and he brought no Terra Typhlosion. That that is a win in my book. Not the, there are scarier things that they have, but it's one less thing that I have to worry about. They went fairy on the Zarude. Okay, so the Iron Treads comes expected. Is the Primarina here? Yep, so expected. No Latias. That is a-okay. They brought the Thundurus. That's... I didn't expect the Thundurus to come. Tarragon's coming and the Overqwil. So no Houndstone, no Typhlosion, and no Porygon Z. I kind of thought Houndstone might come, if I'm being honest. Alright, let's take a look. On paper, I'm not hating this initial reaction. Partially because with no Typhlosion, if I can get webs up, Ogerpon just kind of goes nuts early. And that's huge. Alright, I feel like because I got both Glimmora and I've got Ribombee, it's kind of forcing Iron Treads to be a lead for them. So let's have some chaos and let's go with our Ogerpon setup. I forgot to do nicknames again. Oh well. Alright. Well, Gawdbear, good luck, have fun, and let's do this. I thought about Terra Ice on the Quaquaval before, and that wouldn't have been terrible here. Interesting. Oh no, please tell me this isn't going to be another week where I lead Ogerpon early and let it go down to get information. Because this thing can't outspeed me. But it can live a hit here. Let's get some information early. We are going to go into Gholdengo. Okay, if they swap out, then this tells me that we are faster. I think. Okay, they swap out as well. I don't think that they are Scarf. Dang it, Swords Dance would have been free. Oh well. Oh, interesting here. They go into the Overqwil. Depending on their setup here, this could potentially be a pain point and become free. We're going to go into the Glimmora. Because if they try and anticipate me, they might think I might go Ribombee here. But we'll go hard into the Glimmora. So I don't want to risk anything yet with the Overqwil. They also are going to hard swap out. I guess Make It Rain could have killed, and they didn't want to risk that. Ooh, this was the matchup I was kind of hoping for. Okay, we're just going Sludge Bomb here. If they go hard into Iron Treads... They went hard into Iron Treads. Damn it, I wanted it too much. I knew that was a possibility. We're just going to click Earth Power. We're going to get information here. They go Earthquake, they outspeed us, they put speed in this. That's fine. Okay, I think we go into the Flygon here. Oh, that's a weird angle. Alright, so I have a feeling that they're going to go either into the Overquill here or something else, but we're just going to go right into the Dragon Dance. If they go into the Overquill, then this might be a big spot for us. But it'd be risky for them to go into the Overquill because they might worry I'm just going to click Earthquake. And Iron Treads is not going to like that. Okay, they're going to swap out here. They send in Clapped. Okay, they got the Primarina, so I can't go Outrage yet. What does Thundurus have that I'm afraid of right now? Alright. I think we Terra here, because I think this might get Ice Beam. We're just going to Dragon Dance. We're going to get greedy. Yeah, hard swap out. Okay. They go into the Overquill. Let's go. No more T-Spikes, but that's fine. Okay. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling a lot better about this right now. Now I think we just click Earthquake. Because even if this thing is Shuckaberry, it's dying. Alright, we got our first kill. Let's go. Flygon, put it in work already. And that's big because that Mon was one of the bigger threats for our Ogerpon. So not having to deal with that anymore is going to be nice. And this might force them to go to the Zarude early. Because now, oh, this is where it gets interesting. If I go Dragon, then Terra Fairy, ugh. Let's just see what they go into and we'll go from there. But I Terra'd maybe a little bit too soon, but the main reason I Terra'd there is I was afraid of Ice Beam. That would be quad, that would have killed me on that Thundurus. But not a factor anymore. Alright, so they do go into the Zarude. If they Terra Fairy, this could kill them. If they don't, Outrage could kill. I want the damage. I don't care if this Terras. We're just going purely for the damage. They don't. That makes sense. Oh, if they click Power Whip here, this is going to be rough. They go Throat Chop. Oh. Is this leftovers? Oh, is this game? I wonder if they overpredicted. Alright, they go into Thundurus, that's fine. I believe they can't outspeed me. They need some investment here for Claw to not kill. Let's go. I really hope that the throat chop wasn't a misclick. All right. And then we just click Earthquake. Going with Endure here. Interesting. We are forcing him to bring out a lot of things early. I mean, the thing that I'm liking here is, even if I don't sweep and this kills me, we're okay. So they went cuts up. That's fine. They go close combat here. Yep. That was a good bring on Gawdbear's part. That stopped potentially a sweep, but I do wonder if the damage is already kind of done here. I don't know. Gawdbear can absolutely pull this back. I don't even know the remaining of the sets. And I've already lost Glamora. Alright. Okay, I do know for a fact that this doesn't outspeed me right now. So it's going to be a question of, do they have anything that's scarfed? And I know two of them that aren't. It's a question of if Treads is, and I would be surprised if Treads is. So we're just going to go Ogerpon here. Because Ivy Cudgel's not going to do a ton, but if they try to swap this to preserve it, yeah, I'm not really worried either way. We're just going to click Horn Leech. I don't want to get too comfortable. I'm feeling really good right now. Because nothing they have can outspeed me, with the exception of Treads. I mean, they could have gone Primarina. That would be kind of wild if they scarfed it, but even then, I don't know if that's going to have enough to outspeed me. Because I'm maxed Jolly. So Root's taken enough damage that Ivy Cudgel should kill it, and I know I outspeed it because it is leftovers. And then Iron Treads will be interesting. But I think Ogerpon here could potentially just kind of pick us up here. But Flygon, I made the switch to Clear Amulet late today. I had Soft Sand originally. I think that was the right play. That Terracon set was absolutely terrifying. All right, let me make sure that this can potentially kill. Yeah, Ivy Cudgel should 100% kill. Based off the damage I saw earlier, I don't think this is bulky enough to take this. Because with no investment on their part, this is doing over 50%. And based on the fact that we did over 50% on the Flygon's 2 EQs that was resisted, I think this kills. Oh, it lives. Oh! Throat shot. That's fine. Oh, I can't believe it lived that. I must have overestimated the damage from earlier. But that's okay. We click Ivy Cudgel again, and this should pick up the kill. I was terrified of that Mon. It not being able to use Power Whip earlier, I wonder if they didn't bring a Grass type, which would have been very good for me if they didn't. All right. So they go Iron Treads here. I don't think I'm killing. It would be a roll if they didn't have any investment. Considering my last mons are special, I want to preserve this just to make sure, because if they go Rapid Spin here, I might be screwed. I might be screwed. I might have just opened the door, but I'm just worried about Primarina being able to eat a ton. Okay, we're good. Oh, Rabombi is so freaking frail. All right, we just click Grass Knot here. They are scarfed. I am so glad I made that play. They were scarfed. That is wild. Props to you, Gawdbear. I did not have that on the radar. Oh, this thing might just kill me now, or end me. Because it's going to outspeed my Gholdengo. Yeah, this thing might just end me. Gawdbear might have this. It's going to be a question of if this can 2-hit KO me. They're going to hard swap out to preserve. Okay, that's fine. We're going to go into Gholdengo. And then depending on what this does is going to change what we do. Okay, they go Moonblast. That's fine. Let me see something here. Okay, we're at 169. So that means I'm at 56%. Hornleech is recovering me about half my HP, and it's realistically killing. This is going to be risky, but we're going to click Memento. And they stay in. Okay. Okay. So now I can click Hornleech. We are going to recover and potentially kill this thing. We're going to recover a ton. And that should take us out of Earthquake range. I think the only way they beat me is if this crits. Oh, we outspeed? I'm very lost. I thought they were scarfed. Is Rabombi... Oh, I didn't max speed Rabombi. Maybe it was just a lot more of a speed investment than I thought. Okay, well, we win. We get the 2-0 win. I made some unorthodox plays there, being overly worried, but it ends up paying off. I was really worried. I thought that Iron Treads was scarfed there at the end because of how it outsped Rabombi. I need to check, because I didn't put a insane amount of speed. Oh, they were just jolly. Okay, so what had happened is I put enough speed in Rabombi to outspeed the Latias, But what I forgot I did is I had changed it so that I outsped Latios Modest but not Jolly, and Iron Treads only being 4 points slower because it was Jolly outsped Myra Bombi. I completely misread that entirely. I thought that Treads was scarfed, and that would have been huge. That's why I played around like I did. But hey, we got the win. Absolutely needed. Ogerpon and Flygon put in some insane work this week. I was wondering if the Flygon was going to be what was coming. It was, and it worked out. So, yeah, we get the win. We needed that. We're going to climb back to 3-3, and we're still in the playoff hunt for the moment. But Gawdbear, as always, it was a really great game. It came down to the wire, and I appreciate you, as always. But with that being said, that is going to do it for us here. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you in the next one.